financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick, Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome into another fun-filled edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. Welcome into another Monday Mayhem. Here to recap all of the fun and exciting action that transpired over this past weekend, and none other of the exciting action was this last-minute play in yesterday's Bears game.
Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable. First blocked field goal for the Chicago Bears since week 2 of the 2023 season, and the reaction from Ben Johnson.
Sparrow, that's unbelievable. You know how rare it is for an outside rusher to be the one to block it.
And that was courtesy of CBS Sports in yesterday's game. And it wasn't just Josh Blackwell that was doing the damage and securing the victory for yesterday's game. No. It was Josh Blackwell. That's right. Josh Blackwell coming in, doing his job, blocking the kick at the end of the game. Absolutely majestic, putting that away. And, well, whoo-wee. I mean, my heart was in my throat. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Are they going to do this again? Are they going to muck it up? But that, as far as I was concerned, was the key highlight to yesterday's game. I mean, don't get it twisted. There were 4 turnovers that the Bears caused, 3 interceptions, 2 by Byard III. I'll get into that a little bit later on in this half hour. But yeah, then the Chicago Cubs swept the St. Louis Cardinals to secure an opening round home field series in the wild card playoffs for the Chicago Cubs versus the San Diego Padres, which starts at approximately 2:10 tomorrow. So that was fun. Oh yeah, and unbeknownst to me, and I should have probably looked at the calendar, because the Chicago Blackhawks, well, they are currently in the preseason right now, and they came back from a 2-0 deficit on Saturday, and they won that game 4-2, and they also won against the Wild last night as well. So Chicago Blackhawks are right around the corner. But let's get into the weekend that was, and the fact that, well, starting tomorrow, MLB playoffs time, baby. You know, I know that the NFL rules all, is king of all. You know, you can't go anywhere without seeing this. Hey, Brendan, thanks for hopping on the YouTube the WRMN YouTube feed there. I appreciate you as always hopping in. And let me get this right. It's youtube.com/WRMN Radio. And I don't have any guests scheduled today. I figured it would just be like around the sports world. But if there's anything that you want to talk about, feel free to give a call in at 847-931-1410. I will be opening up the phone lines at the bottom of the hour. So at approximately 6:34, I will open up the phone lines for that and take your calls. Or if you feel like texting in, 505-926-1410. But let me get back to the playoff pairings for 2025. Despite what would have been a historic collapse by the Detroit Tigers, they have actually punched their tickets. Tickets? Well, there's multiple Detroit Tigers, so tickets to the wild card round, and they will be taking on the AL Central winning Cleveland Guardians, who came out of nowhere, and, well, they wrestled it. They defeated the Detroit Tigers. The Guardians were guarding home field advantage for themselves against the Detroit Tigers, so that is a AL wildcard series in that one. And well, you got the Boston Red Sox going to the New York Yankees, and they will be facing off in the best of 3 in that series. So Boston versus the Yankees. Yeah. So, and then, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, New York fans. So sorry. Not at all. So suck it, Mets fans. You will be watching the playoffs on the television from wherever lavish resort you decide to take your happy arses to after this MLB baseball season has concluded, because the Cincinnati Reds took the final wild card spot from the Mets, and they will be facing off against the LA Dodgers in LA. That's the Los Angeles Dodgers. And then the San Diego Padres are coming to town in the Windy City to take on the the Chicago Cubs, after a sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals. So there's that. Let's see. And as far as first round buys are concerned in the AL, you've got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners that are going to be watching the action and awaiting their next opponent. And the Well, I got to say it because whoever wins the series against the San Diego Padres, no, actually, that's not true. If the Cincinnati Reds somehow decide that they want to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers in LA, they will be going to, I can't even say Chicago North anymore, because it's the Milwaukee Brewers home field, and that is a possibility. And the Cincinnati Reds have been doing pretty good over the last couple of weeks. Oh hell, since the All-Star break, really. And they have been a team with Terry Francona at the helm where I was saying watch out for them at the very beginning of the season, because under the very first season with Terry Francona there, my goodness, he certainly turned that team around, and he's got them believing in the best possible way. So congratulations to the not the St. Louis Cardinals, they still suck. The Cincinnati Reds, who put a very major butt whooping on the Cubs about a week and a half ago, 10 days ago. So they swept the Cubs 4-0 2 weeks ago. And but there's a possibility for the Cubs. If the Dodgers beat Cincinnati, and the Cubs beat San Diego, then the Cubs will be facing the Milwaukee Brewers. But it's a tough task to go up against the Padres, and it should be a pretty good season or series, even though with Cade Horton on the IL with a fractured rib. That was and he's not exactly sure when he's going to be back, but he's going to miss the first round and the wild card series. So that kind of sucks for the Chicago Cubs. And then you also have the Philadelphia Phillies, who are also on a bye as well. Okay. So what were some of the excuse me. What were some of the we'll get into the NFL football slate with the highs and the lows and of this upcoming week. And thank you, Susie C. from The Morning Show, for tuning in on the youtube.com at WRMN Radio. I always appreciate you guys when you listen in and do the whole sports thing. And yes, it was a very memorable morning and a wacky morning for your guys' show, from the little bit that I tuned in. A lot of stuff had to be going on at the Mobile Marriott this morning. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, certainly sounded like it. So the highlights of week 4 for the 2025 NFL season. Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams stage a dramatic comeback with his 88-yard TD pass to Tutu Atwell to win the game after being down early in the fourth quarter. And that marks Stafford's 50th career game-winning drive. The Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, with Micah Parsons going back to Dallas to face his old team. And they played too. Wait for it. Who won this game? No one. No one won this game because they played to a 40-40 tie. Yep. And as you might expect, Micah Parsons did sack Dak Prescott in this game. Let's see. What else? Oh, upset time. The Giants pulled off a major upset and defeated the previously undefeated Los Angeles Chargers with the help of rookie quarterback Jackson Dart. Even though he only had a modest statistical debut, Dart still helped the team win with his running ability and grit as they secure their first victory of the season, 21-18 over, like I said, the previously undefeated Los Angeles Chargers. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Buccaneers 24-3. That's not even going to matter. Atlanta comes back after last week's debacle, and Penix had his best ever day, passing for throwing over 300 yards and 2 tutties. And Bijan Robinson racked up a total of 181 total yards and a tutty. Let's see, what else? Now we're going into the lows of week 4. I don't know, closure, do the 3 monkey thing. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Because, my goodness, I'm not exactly sure what is transpiring out there in Baltimore with the Baltimore Ravens second half collapse, and the second week in a row where they're doing it. The Ravens were blown out by KC after taking an early lead, and quarterback Lamar Jackson was injured. Oh boy. Lamar Jackson being injured and hurt, that's not a good thing. And then the San Francisco 49ers turnovers were costly against Jacksonville. Quarterback Brock Purdy threw a critical interception and fumbled in the final moments, sealing the loss at 26-21. And as I mentioned, the Chargers definitely collapsed against the Giants. The Chargers' offensive line was the significant problem, giving up consistent pressure throughout the game. Where have I seen that before this week? Oh, we'll get into that a little bit. Let's see. There was also costly turnovers. Yep, that'll happen. And the Tennessee Titans are still struggling, falling to 0-4 with the lopsided shutout loss to the Houston Texans. Egads, but there is more to be had on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer.
Tune in to Big Top Sports
with Derrick Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
He'll have sports thoughts from the center ring of Chicagoland and to the outer rings from across the nation.
Weather from Chicago Cubs,
White Sox,
Bulls,
Bears,
Blackhawks,
Stars,
Fire,
Boomers,
whatever the national story is of the day.
Geyer and his sports czar takes will either have you nodding in agreement,
yelling at the radio,
or in all honesty,
a bit of both.
With the way the Chicagoland sports and sports are in general, there's bound to be
thrills,
chills, and
oh my God moments.
So get your snacks and libations ready,
because this is going to be a wild ride.
Big Top Sports with Derrick Geyer's quirky and insightful Fanatics take
will make you feel a little
or a lot better about your Chicagoland sports viewing experiences.
Tune in to Big Top Sports with Derrick Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m.
to 8 p.m.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? To read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, a Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Silink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey, and welcome back in on this edition of Mayhem Monday with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on Big Top Sports. 1410 WRMN Elgin. And you know what the WRMN stands for? Well, the RMN stands for River Media Network Sports. And if you need an attorney, let me tell you, Jimmy Viselli and Viselli Law are the people to see. They believe that the right legal team should be the clear path, not create roadblocks. Too often law firms get tangled in red tape, turning simple solutions into complex battles. Not them. Not with Jimmy Viselli. With a sharp focus on municipal and real estate law, they cut through the bureaucracy with a personal, friendly approach that puts your needs first. Whether you're navigating local government regulations or closing a critical property deal, they are here to facilitate and not frustrate, delivering smart, efficient solutions that gets results. At Viselli Law, problem solving isn't just their job, it's their commitment. And you could get in touch with them at 630-931-8225. Once again, that's 630-931-8225. And getting back into what was week 4 of the NFL slate. And so you got the Bills I'm going to start with the AFC East. Bills are 4-0. Patriots are 2-2. The Jets and Dolphins are both winless. Of course, they're playing Monday Night Football. So one of those guys, unless they tie, might actually have a win on this young season. The Chargers are 3-1. The Chiefs are 2-2. And this is the AFC West, with the Chargers being 3-1. Chiefs 2-2. Broncos 1-2. And the Raiders fall to 1-3. Then you got the AFC North. Steelers. Oh, my goodness. This Aaron Rodgers person just won't go away. Steelers are 3-1. Bengals are 2-1. The Ravens are 1-3. Oh, so sad. Too bad. And the Browns are 1-3 as well. Then you also have the AFC South. I don't understand why I printed twice, but the Colts are on the top of that division. Let me quickly go here. NFL standings. So sorry. I just picked it up off the printer, not expecting it to print twice. Okay, so we've got the AFC South. The Colts are 3-1. Didn't expect that. Of course, I didn't expect the Jaguars to be 3-1 either. I thought it was a typo when I was looking at it. And then you have the Texans at 1-3. And as I said, you've also got the Titans at 0-4. And in the NFC, the Eagles are 4-0. The Commanders are 2-2. Cowboys 1-2-1. And the Giants are 1-3. In the NFC West, you have the 49ers at 3-1. Seahawks 3-1. Rams 3-1. Cardinals 2-2. The NFC South, you've got the Buccaneers at 3-1. The Falcons at 2-2. The pitiful Panthers at 1-3, and the not so saintly Saints, even more pitiful, at 0-4. Then you've got the NFC North. Lions leading the way at 3-1. Packers 2-1-1. Vikings are 2-2. And the Bears are 2-2. Hoo-wee. All right. And after this bottom of the hour break, we'll be going into the Bears' victory yesterday afternoon here on WRMN 1410.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. Elmhurst School District 205 continues to show improvement in its chronic absenteeism rate, but upper grades still lag behind pre-pandemic times. The state tracks chronic absenteeism, the rate of students who are absent 10% or more of the days in a school year, whether excused or not. For a 180-day year, that means the student missed at least 18 days or 3.5 weeks. Since the pandemic, student absenteeism has risen across the country. For the second year, 6% of Elmhurst elementary schools were chronically absent. That's down from 10.4% 3 years ago and 6.1% the year before the pandemic. A car was found submerged in Lake Osborne during a training exercise in Naperville Thursday. As of 1:30 p.m., there was a large police presence in the area. The lake is located near the intersection of Ogden and Aurora Avenues by Fire Station number 7. City officials said there is not a threat to the public, and more information will be shared once available. The U.S. economy grew faster than previously estimated in the second quarter amid strong consumer spending and business investment. The economy notched the fastest growth pace in nearly 2 years during the quarter. According to Reuters, the economy's resilience was underscored by data showing strong demand by business for equipment in August, driven by an AI spending boom and a drop in first-time applications for state unemployment benefits. Starbucks will lay off workers and close stores as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan, according to its CEO. The company will slash 900 employees in non-retail roles across North America. The store closures will amount to a roughly 1% decline in the total number of Starbucks locations in North America in the fiscal year after accounting for some store openings. Shares of Starbucks ticked slightly higher in pre-market trading after the announcement early Thursday morning. The company expects to end fiscal year 2025 with 18,300 store locations in the U.S. and Canada. Starbucks plans to inform employees this week at stores designated for closure. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in, and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 58. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 80 and temperatures falling to around 76 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Wednesday, partly sunny with a high near 77. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 56. Currently, it is 81 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly.
Oh, you want some football frenzy here on Big Top Sports on a Monday Mayhem? Well, I might just have that for you. You are currently listening to yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. And wait, why don't I get to a little bit of the frenzy right now?
Boy, Gino has to field that high snap on 3rd and 10. Throws a dart, and he's picked. Center of the field, it's Bayard. And Bayard has some running room. Gets down nearly to the 20-35 on the return. And what a...
And that highlight was brought to you by CBS Sports. And getting a little bit further into the numbers, or actually by the numbers, for the week number 4 victory of the Chicago Bears over the Las Vegas Raiders. So, did you realize that the Chicago Bears have won 800 games as a franchise? This coming in their 106th season of existence, only second all time to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay suck. Packers suck. You suck. You know, these whatever. Okay, and this is the 4th consecutive game that a wide receiver has scored a touchdown. You want to know who that was? That was Rome Odunze. Odunze. And that was the most by a Bear since Hall of Fame running back Walter Payton. And he did that in his first 5 contests in 1986. And Odunze accomplished the feat with a 15-yard TD reception early in the second half. And he's also a Las Vegas native. All right, number 4 takeaways for the Bears defense for the second straight game of this season, which is why I played that clip when I came back from the bottom of the hour break here. And it is the first time that they've forced at least 4 turnovers in back-to-back contests since weeks 11 and 12 in 2023. That previous occurrence came in weeks 12 and 13 of 2026. My golly gee whiz. And let's see. And with another couple of picks from Mr. Bayard III, he has registered 32 picks, which is most second most in the NFL since he entered the league with the Titans back in 2016, topped only by safety Justin Simmons with 33. Oh, and this marks the second time the Bears have had multiple interception games this season. You know, with Geyer picking off 2 passes yesterday from Geno Smith, and linebacker Tremaine Edmonds had a pair earlier, or actually not this past week, but the week before against Dallas. So there was that. There were 5 lead changes in Sunday's game, and the Bears led 3-0, trailed 7-3, went ahead 16-14, and fell behind 21-16 before rallying for the 25-24 victory. All right. 23. No, I'm not talking about the GOAT Michael Jordan. I am talking about 23, the field goals of at least 50 yards by one Cairo Santos as a member of the Bears, tying good as gold, Robbie Gold, for the franchise record with 23 field goals made of 50 yards or more. Santos made all 4 of his attempts yesterday in Sunday's game, including field goal kicks of 52 and 51 yards. Since 2022, Santos has connected on 84% of his field goal tries of at least 50 yards or more, going 21 of 25. Excuse me. All this talking and everything, my throat's getting dry. I do apologize. And then 23 again. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta be truthful. I gotta be fulsome with you all. It is 23.9%. That is the percentage of third down conversions permitted by the Bears defense this season. Why is that important? Because this is tops in the NFL right now. I am completely and totally shocked, to be completely and totally honest, and I will get into why I feel like this is a actual shocking statistic, even though, you know, with the 25% third down conversion permitted, because they stopped the Las Vegas Raiders 2 out of 8 times yesterday, giving you 25%. So there is that. But the highlight that I came into this show with was Josh Blackwell's block to really seal the deal for the Chicago Bears. And no, his name is not Josh Blackwell. It is Josh Blackwell. But, I mean, you see what I'm doing there? He blocked the field goal try. He helped the Bears win. So, therefore, it is Josh Blackwell that helped the Bears secure yesterday's victory, 25-24 over the Raiders. The Bears had 271 yards, which is, and if you missed it, it was, as opposed to the Raiders' 357 yards, total yards, that is. Yeah, the rushing yards for the Chicago Bears yesterday was 69. Giggity. All right. As opposed to the rushing yards of the Las Vegas Raiders at 240. The Bears were 7 of 16 on third downs. As I previously said, the Raiders were 2 of 8. The Raiders were intercepted 3 times, and that was Geno Smith throwing the ball away to the Bears. Without that, the Bears were unlikely to win, but yet, even off of those 3 interceptions that the Bears garnered, covered, got, the Bears only came away with 9 points off of that after starting in the Raiders field position yesterday. That's no good. No good. And I mean, I knew Max Crosby. I've heard the name. I knew he was a beast. I had absolutely no idea how Max. How you this Max Crosby guy. Stud. Of course, everyone already knows that Max Crosby is a stud, but the way that he was absolutely wreaking havoc on Justin Fields and the Bears yesterday, oh my goodness. And he not only did he jump a throwing lane for Caleb Williams yesterday, but then he also batted the ball up, intercepted it, and then ran 30 to 40 yards in the opposite direction, giving the Raiders a pretty good field position, only for Geno Smith to turn it over. So, yeah. And I mean, well, it seems like the Bears, I mean, with the exception of Caleb Williams, being the NFC Player of the Week last week with his 4 tutties and over 250 yards passing. Well, it looks like the Bears are also allowing another rookie to become AFC Offensive Player of the Week with allowing Ashton Genty, oh my goodness, the running back that a lot of people thought that the Chicago Bears should have traded up for. Man, I don't know how many times Ashton Genty. Okay, that was weird. I just thought I heard a whole lot of knocking and stuff. Big Mike, thank you for, I guess, Big Mike. I don't know if you don't know, the studios here are haunted. It is Big Mike. But, anyway. Any hootie. So Ashton Gentry ran for 138 yards, basically running through what seemed like all sorts of contact from the Chicago Bears yesterday, which was absolutely amazing because, I mean, all the arm tackles that he was going through, all the bad tackling from the Chicago Bears, I mean, the defense played the bend but don't break style. But this was against the Las Vegas Raiders team that is adequate at best. I'll get a little bit more into the numbers on the other side of this break. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer.
Dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Does your car need a shine? At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they make it quick, easy, and spotless every time. And they're open 24/7 for your convenience. Right now, get a free car wash just for joining their text club. Text BRITT to 30400 and enjoy a free car wash. Visit Britain's Touchless Car Wash at 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin or at 555 Willow in West Dundee. Britain's, caring for your car while caring for our community.
Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Boy, they roll the dice, and they don't get it. Football then comes out. So that'll give the Bears even better field position down close to the 20. Play clock down to 1. Williams batted up in the air, and it is picked. Crosby. He has been a beast at the start.
Yeah, button sticking. Okay, there I am. Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Yeah, as you saw there, so the Bears were able to get a fumble recovery, knock the ball out of Gentry's hand, and then ensuing in Vegas territory, Max Crosby doing the Max Crosby thing, deflecting the ball, getting in the pass lane of Justin Fields, and tipping the ball up to himself, and he returns it. But the thing that was really astonishing to me was that the lack of tackle ability for the Chicago Bears. I mean, let's see. You got Ashton Genty. He carried the ball 21 times for 138 yards, averaging 6.6 yards per carry, 1 tutty. Okay. Now, he also received 2 passes for 17 yards at an 8.5 average clip, and he scored twice. And on all of those plays, on all of his touchdown plays, it looked like the Bears were doing the Bears arm tackling thing. It was either trying to arm tackle him or trying to get that all important, turnover and trying to strip the ball. And the thing that I noticed the most on those particular plays was that It was the first person, the first offender that was there that was trying to rip the ball out of Genty's arms, hands, and you know, to say the same thing with Raheem Mostert as well, who also had 62 yards rushing for the Vegas Raiders yesterday. So that right there, 138 yards of Genty's, 62 yards of Mostert. I mean, I'm not a math wizard, but this is pretty easy to add up. 138 plus 62, that's 200 total yards of rushing giving up. Oh my goodness. This is not good. Where's the tackling? I know you guys do it. I know you guys, well, can't really practice that in practice anymore, right? You can't do the whole practice thing, right? You can't because of, you know, restrictions from the NFLPA, right? Can't have that going on. You can't have live tackle drills. I get it. I understand concussions, injuries, and all of the like with that. Get it, understand it, but GD, man, will someone tackle the ball carrier? It's not that hard. Well, of course, I say it sitting here in my nice, safe studio space, screaming my lungs out to where, yeah, I get it. It's a tough job. It's modern day gladiator stuff. What's up, guys? How you doing out there? Be safe. Just talking to a couple of fellas walking down on the street here, just outside the studio. Yes, I'm talking to you fellas. Pointing to you as well. Yeah, absolutely. But, hey, did you like the Chicago Bears victory yesterday? Yeah? Well, hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, that's the fun aspect of actually having a window front here in downtown Elgin as folks are walking by and, you know, my ugly mug, beautiful mug, can be seen on this big screen television outside the studio, right outside 14 Douglas Avenue in downtown Elgin. WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. But if you want to add to this conversation, give me your thoughts, give me your feelings on the Chicago Bears, or maybe anything else that's going on in the NFL. You want to talk baseball? We'll talk baseball. Because I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Cubs after this next break. Or, yeah, because that's what I said that I'm going to do. I am really happy that the Chicago Bears pulled it out yesterday. It's just, it shouldn't have come down to a last-minute block field goal kick. Because as I was watching the game yesterday at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, man, there was a lot of colorful language going on out there, and that is for certain. But if you want to be a part of the action, if you want to call in at 847-931-1410. Text line at 505-926-1410. Or just watch my beautiful face on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports on WRMN.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and the annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. A car was found submerged in Lake Osborne during a training exercise in Naperville Thursday. As of 1:30 p.m., there was a large police presence in the area. The lake is located near the intersection of Ogden and Aurora Avenues by Fire Station Number 7. City officials said there is not a threat to the public, and more information will be shared once available. The U.S. economy grew faster than previously estimated in the second quarter amid strong consumer spending and business investment. The economy notched the fastest growth pace in nearly 2 years during the quarter. According to Reuters, the economy's resilience was underscored by data showing strong demand by business for equipment in August, driven by an AI spending boom and a drop in first-time applications for state unemployment benefits. Starbucks will lay off workers and close stores as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan, according to its CEO. The company will slash 900 employees in non-retail roles across North America. The store closures will amount to a roughly 1% decline in the total number of Starbucks locations in North America in the fiscal year, after accounting for some store openings. Shares of Starbucks ticked slightly higher in pre-market trading after the announcement early Thursday morning. The company expects to end fiscal year 2025 with 18,300 store locations in the U.S. and Canada. Starbucks plans to inform employees this week at stores designated for closure. Elmhurst School District 205 continues to show improvement in its chronic absenteeism rate, but upper grades still lag behind pre-pandemic times. The state tracks chronic absenteeism, the rate of students who are absent 10% or more of the days in a school year, whether excused or not. For a 180-day year, that means a student missed at least 18 days or 3.5 weeks. Since the pandemic, student absenteeism has risen across the country. For the second year, 6% of Elmhurst elementary schools were chronically absent. That's down from 10.4% 3 years ago and 6.1% the year before the pandemic. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. A car was found submerged in Lake Osborne during a training exercise in Naperville Thursday. As of 1:30 p.m., there was a large police presence in the area. The lake is located near the intersection of Ogden and Aurora Avenues by Fire Station Number 7. City officials said there is not a threat to the public, and more information will be shared once available. The U.S. economy grew faster than previously estimated in the second quarter amid strong consumer spending and business investment. The economy notched the fastest growth pace in nearly 2 years during the quarter. According to Reuters, the economy's resilience was underscored by data showing strong demand by business for equipment in August, driven by an AI spending boom and a drop in first-time applications for state unemployment benefits. Starbucks will lay off workers and close stores as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan, according to its CEO. The company will slash 900 employees in non-retail roles across North America. The store closures will amount to a roughly 1% decline in the total number of Starbucks locations in North America in the fiscal year, after
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 58. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 80, and temperatures falling to around 76 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Wednesday, partly sunny with a high near 77. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 56. Currently, it is 81 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvid on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick, Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports, hour number 2 here on WRMN 1410 AM River Media Network. Sports. WRMN Morning Show does it one way. I'll do it my way. And that's the bottom line because the Derrick said so. That's right. So we've got Cubs, we've got Padres, National League wild card action starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. Action's going to be on ABC Channel 7 in this market. ABC. Baseball on ABC. Okay. Cool. That's fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. And according to, well, let's see. How do I want to attack this? I have so many different directions. The squirrels in my melon are taking me in different directions. I mean, I could do the Cubs versus Padres matchup. I could do positional matchup. I could do what I think has been a decent week over the course of the last 7 days with the exception, it's been a decent week for the Chicago Cubs and their offense over the last 7 days. That is for damn sure. Because, man, when they hit that series against the Cincinnati Reds about what was it? September 18th, which is 11 days ago. Man, I wasn't exactly... it did not look like the Cubs could hit their way out of a paper bag after that series. But the one thing that really helped or has given me my confidence back with the Chicago Cubs is that they are hitting. They're producing runs. Let's go back to the Mets series. Game 1 of the Mets series, it was 9-7 in favor of the Mets. Game 2, 10-3 in favor of the Cubs. Mets 8-5 over the Cubs. Then you got St. Louis coming in. And then the Cubs basically just, hammered out runs in each one of the games. So their bats are finally starting to awaken, hopefully, because finally, the Cubs have hit some homers. And by that, I mean, you've got Michael Busch that no one expected to lead the team with home runs with 34. Finally, PCA has hit his 30th home run of the season, which took the last series against the Cardinals. And then finally, Seiya Suzuki has hit his 30th home run of the season, giving the Cubs 330 home run boppers as well, or on the team. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Jose. Appreciate it. Yes, you still owe me that dollar. Holla, holla, dollar, dollar. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Blah, bling, blah, bling. Money, money. Money, money. That's my little, what is it? My little improv to Shane McMahon. Holla, holla, dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, got a bling, bling. Or however it was on whenever the last time that he was actually in a WWE event or building or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the bats are finally starting to wake up at the right time, hopefully. I mean, against the Mets, yeah, they got some stud pitchers over there. They really got some stud pitchers over there. Too bad they're not in the playoffs. New York Mets playoffs? What are the playoffs? Get it, get it. Ooh, ooh. That's right. I mean, I am so sad. I'm so sad that the New York Mets didn't make the playoffs. Oh my goodness. That sucks for you guys. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 ho ho. Oh, it's so much fun being so stupid. STOOPID. Break that down, put it up on YouTube. That is right. But yeah, so okay, and then it's nice to see that Kyle Tucker came back over this last series against the St. Louis Cardinals, and was doing Kyle Tucker things. Granted, he didn't have the pop, but he was getting singles. He was taking his walks, so he was being that lineup disruptor, a little extra cog in the wheel or in the gears, if you will, for the Chicago Cubs. Great, cool. I just hope it translates into a good playoff performance. With today being a day off, being able to rest a little bit, getting a little bit more, off your feet. So there's that. But and over the course of the last 10 games, probably one of the hottest hitters that the Cubs had. Great, now I got the hiccups. Was Nico Horner, and he finished the season batting .297, which is freaking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But the one thing that has gone down is actually his hitting over the last 10 games. Because he was only batting like 196 over the last 10 games. And for a large majority of his, since the All-Star break, he's been one of the hottest Cubs hitters. So I just hope he takes today to kind of and relax a little bit, get his head right, and decompress and get ready for this playoff push that I hope is a deep one against the San Diego Padres and the Friars out there. But it is a lot different from when the Cubs are at home as opposed to playing on the road. Now, granted, the series between the Padres and the Cubs, they basically split the series here. Season series between the Cubs and Padres. So let's see. The 2025 regular season series between the Cubs and the Padres was split with each team winning 3 games. Both teams took 2 of 3 at home in their 6 meetings. That concluded back in April. So, yeah, but this is the reason why, and it's always good to have home field advantage because, as the immortal Hall of Famer Pat Hughes says, no, he doesn't cough, but I'm sure he does cough. He's got a cough button. I don't have a cough button. But with that being said, the Cubs and the home crowd at Wrigley Field, 40,000 plus strong, in full throat, I surely think that it gives the Chicago Cubs one hell of an advantage, home field advantage. Now, the one bad thing here is that, your best pitcher, and so your surprising best pitcher of this year for the Chicago Cubs, and that being Cade Horton and his injury, it's a thing because he's got a rib fracture. So the dude that was potentially a Rookie of the Year candidate, at least I think he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, with a record of 11-4, a 2.67 ERA, pitched in 118 innings, with a 97-33 strikeout to base on balls split, and then an opponent batting average of a 219. Not to mention a 1.03 ERA in 12 starts since the All-Star break. In my mind's eye, he should have been the Game 1 starter for this series, but unfortunately, he was placed on the injured list, and that is the 15-day injured list. So, and if I'm not mistaken, here, let me pull up the playoff schedule real quick. Cubs playoff schedule. See, I'm trying to do this on the fly, folks, just for the simple fact that, I am one person. Okay, so it is 3 straight games. So with Cade Horton being placed on the IL as of, I believe, the 27th of September, and that's the 15-day IL. We'll be lucky if the Cubs make it to round 2 of the playoffs, where they have the potential to face the Milwaukee Brewers. I believe that's a 5-game series. And then after that, anything is possible. But, I mean, it's a rib fracture. And the way that he spins the ball up there, torques his body. I mean, it's a pretty impressive thing. But, yeah. And much to my chagrin, Cade Horton hurts himself. Whether it was a sneezing or a coughing fit, and then he, came out of the game against the Mets, only pitching 2 innings thereabouts, and it was much ado about nothing until it was all ado about a rib fracture, and the timing couldn't have been any worse. The timing and the news couldn't have sucked any more, because I don't know how I am feeling currently about Shota Imanaga and his long balls and everything else, and what was seemingly with the potential of leaving him off the playoff roster for the first round to maybe get him like a mental break. Yeah, it's a tough baseball playoff pill to swallow. But you're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. More playoff baseball Cubs talk on the other side.
Political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous, because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
welcome back here on Big Top Sports on your Monday Mayhem. Well, Monday Mayhem being NFL, Major League Baseball playoffs. And I'm just going to continue with what is going on as far as the baseball playoffs. Let's see. What have I got here? All right. So looking at this breakdown from Mike Petrillo of MLB.com. I'm going to go ahead and toss this up on the YouTube here. The youtube.com/@WRMN radio. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to critique that X screen. There we go. Yeah. So as you can see, if you're watching on youtube.com/WRMN radio, they've got a breakdown as far as who they like as far as the players. And I'm just going to start in left field. You got Ian Happ. Then you got Merrill. So Ian Happ, good defender for the Chicago Cubs, probably going to win another Gold Glove potentially this season. He's picked up his hitting. And then Merrill in center field here for the Padres. And then you've got Tatis Jr. in right field for the Padres as well, over the likes of PCA in center and Seiya Suzuki in right. Now, Merrill is definitely an exciting player for the Padres. And in the series, and admittedly, I haven't really watched a whole hell of a lot of San Diego Padres baseball, but Merrill is a young and exciting player. I think the reason why Mike here of MLB.com, gave the edge to Merrill over PCA is because Merrill is a better and has been a more consistent hitter down the stretch of it as of late. Now, Tatis Jr., well, he's just an all-around badass. That the San Diego Padres fleeced the Chicago White Sox way back when. That's like one of those trades that, if the San Diego Padres are asking for a 17, 18-year-old in your farm system and are offering to pay all of your exorbitant contract for one of your players, you might want to look into that. You might just want to, think about trading that one because the Sox got fleeced. Going to go with the DH and the other reason why, Tatis Jr., hell of a player, hell of an offensive threat. Basically, he's a five-tool guy right there in right field. DH Tucker. Well, I'm kind of surprised that they have Tucker considering the fact that he's been hurt for a majority of the season, and he's coming back from that calf strain. And he's only really played in the last series against the St. Louis Sox Cardinals. Then you have Manny Machado at third over Matt Shaw. Yeah, I mean, Machado has been the consummate third baseman. His numbers speak for himself. He is a good, if not great, third baseman for the San Diego Padres. Now, middle infield, well, hell, you got Dansby Swanson and Nico Horner. I can only imagine the reason why he put Swanson at shortstop is because of his defensive capabilities. Although he has been showing a little bit better bat-to-ball contact, a little bit better pop over the course of the last week and a half or 2 weeks. Nico Corner, who should be getting another Gold Glove with the gems that he's been pulling off. And, as I said, he was like slumping a little bit, over the course of the last 7 games or so. So I'm hoping that he is going to be right, because his defense has not wavered. Dansby Swanson's defense has not wavered either. Michael Busch, 34 home runs, 90-plus RBIs from the leadoff spot for the majority of the season. Carson Kelly takes the nod there at catcher for the Cubs. And then the Achilles heel that has been the Achilles heel all season long for the Cubs. Mostly starting pitching, definitely bullpen. So the edge goes to the Padres in that regard. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. Elmhurst School District 205 continues to show improvement in its chronic absenteeism rate, but upper grades still lag behind pre-pandemic times. The state tracks chronic absenteeism, the rate of students who are absent 10% or more of the days in a school year, whether excused or not. For a 180-day year, that means a student missed at least 18 days or 3.5 weeks. Since the pandemic, student absenteeism has risen across the country. For the second year, 6% of Elmhurst elementary schools were chronically absent. That's down from 10.4% 3 years ago and 6.1% the year before the pandemic. A car was found submerged in Lake Osborne during a training exercise in Naperville Thursday. As of 1:30 p.m., there was a large police presence in the area. The lake is located near the intersection of Ogden and Aurora Avenues by Fire Station number 7. City officials said there is not a threat to the public and more information will be shared once available. The U.S. economy grew faster than previously estimated in the second quarter amid strong consumer spending and business investment. The economy notched the fastest growth pace in nearly 2 years during the quarter. According to Reuters, the economy's resilience was underscored by data showing strong demand by business for equipment in August, driven by an AI spending boom and a drop in first-time applications for state unemployment benefits. Starbucks will lay off workers and close stores as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan, according to its CEO. The company will slash 900 employees in non-retail roles across North America. The store closures will amount to a roughly 1% decline in the total number of Starbucks locations in North America in the fiscal year after accounting for some store openings. Shares of Starbucks ticked slightly higher in pre-market trading after the announcement early Thursday morning. The company expects to end fiscal year 2025 with 18,300 store locations in the U.S. and Canada. Starbucks plans to inform employees this week at stores designated for closure. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in, and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 60. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 80. Temperatures falling to around 76 in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with a low around 58. Looking ahead to Wednesday, partly sunny with a high near 77. Currently, it is 78 with clear skies. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Hour and a half down. Less than a half an hour to go. All right, so talking Cubs playoffs. Playoffs? Yes, the Cubs have made the playoffs. They secured that last week. And they secured the home field advantage against the San Diego Padres with a sweep of the St. Louis Sox Cardinals. And so here's one of the things that I am hopeful of. With Seiya Suzuki. Seiya Suzuki. I don't know why I said it like that, but, you know, it's just fun to say it like that. What can I say? But here's a highlight from over the weekend of Seiya's Grandiosa Slam.
All loaded up. Seiya waits. Roy Croft. High fly ball. Left field. Way back. Out of here. Seiya Suzuki's gotten hot. 2 homers last night. A grand slam here today. And it is all Cubs. Number 30 for Seiya.
Oh my goodness, Boog Shambi John Boog Shambi actually sounded excited for a home run in a laugher that, you know, with, as you can see there, exit velo of 101.4 miles per hour, and that was courtesy of the Marquee Network. John Boog Shambi on the call, but yeah, that is the type of call that we want to hear. Not like you're just calling it right down the middle. Boog, the Boog Meister, the Booger. Okay, that might have been a little too far, but yeah. So as you heard in that clip, 2 home runs the previous day, the granny right there, 30 home runs in the season, and it is about frickin' time because let me see. Cubs players stats. Okay, so let me see here. Let me see what I can see. We'll go 30. Okay, so Seiya Suzuki has 32 home runs and 103 RBIs in the season. Now, let's see. I know that he had 74 RBIs at the All-Star break, and if I'm not mistaken, he had 27 home runs in the All-Star break as well. So 27 and 77. So he's only had 5 home runs. No, he couldn't have only had 5 home runs. Yeah, well, whatever. But I mean, I know for a fact that he had 77 RBIs, and now he finishes the season with 103. So that right there, I mean, he should have been up in the atmosphere of like Kyle Schwarber with RBIs. And then you also had PCA, who for the longest of time was sitting on 27 home runs. And that was also at the All-Star break. I know that one. And he finishes this season with 95 RBIs. Now I get it. We'll get into that at a later moment in time. But the unsung hero and the spark plug that could has got to be Michael Busch, the first baseman for your Chicago Cubs, my Chicago Cubs, our Chicago Cubs. Because majority of the season he's been hitting leadoff. He hasn't really hit against left-handed pitching, Craig Counsell. But for his second season, he's hit 34 home runs, 90 RBIs, and his OPS is 866, and his slugging is 523. So an OPS plus of over, 1,300? No, that can't be right. On base percent. Oh, yeah, okay. On base plus slugging. Yeah, 866. My bad. So his on base percentage of 343 with a batting average of 261. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. That is freaking awesome. And then I am going to scroll down a little bit here. Let's see. Ian Happ. No, I don't want Ian Happ. I want, well, give me the guy with the average. Give me the guy that was absolutely awesome with the average. 297, Nico Horner. Now, obviously, he's not going to give you the whole, slugging, but he will give you gap to gap, meaning left center field, right center field. He will put a charge into the ball. He played 156 games. Now, if you recall, he missed those, he had wrist surgery in the very beginning of the season. Wasn't exactly sure where he was going to stack up, excuse me, in the lineup. But 297 with an on-base percentage of 345, damn. Slugging of 394, damn. And an OPS of 739, damn. So that is not bad for Nico Horner, who is a slasher. Oh, and he should be getting, in my estimations, another Gold Glove, which really would have been his third in a row because he got Scrooged last offseason when the Gold Glove awards were coming out. That's another topic for another time. But then you also have, King Tuck, Kyle Tucker. Well, let's see, Kyle Tucker. Oh, yeah, Nico Horner also stole 29 bases while being caught 6 times. Hell, I like that. So let's see. Kyle Tucker, 22 home runs, 73 RBIs. Jeez Louise, you imagine if he was actually healthy the whole entire freaking season? I really almost swore there. Oh, my goodness. And the time where no one knew that he had a fracking fractured finger in his hand, where they allowed him to play for a month instead of taking the month off to letting him heal. Who knows? Maybe his strained calf muscle wouldn't have been so strained. But he was hitting, where are we? 22 home runs, 73 RBIs with the .266 batting average. Probably hurt himself there because of the injury for the month going back to June, July, and August. But the astonishing thing here is he's got, his great eye at the plate, 377 OBP. His slugging of 464. And even with his slugging going down to 464, he still has an on-base plus slugging of 841. Not too shabby. These are the type of things that the Cubs are going to have to lean on going into the playoffs. If we get, I say the fans, the we of the Chicago Cubs fans, get the contributions and the ABs that they got over the last 6 games against the Mets and the Cardinals, this has the potential to harken back to the very beginning of the season for April and May with the Chicago Cubs, when they were absolutely killing and hitting the Smurf out of the baseball and having one of the most dynamic and dangerous power hitting lineups in all of Major League Baseball. I mean, that right there, if that is any indication of the things to come, I truly and hope that the Cubs will do this against the San Diego Padres. I'll send you off to break with this.
The Cubs, Nico Horner, a first inning solo homer. Colin Ray has been dialed in, as the kids like to say.
Is he in the zone?
We were talking earlier about making adjustments and Colin Ray making adjustments. Do you feel like we've been making adjustments as the year has gone on?
To be ready to in because it's.
Yeah, you're right. A JD suggestion, but
well, that's not exactly going to pot or to plan.
The people your baseball.
A little bit more action from the Boog.
This is there. It is. Right field, way back. That one is gone. Pico Armstrong. He got him again. It is gone. This is
all right. I am going to send you off to break after I finally found it. I thought it was queued up. I am sorry. I am going to point the thumbs at myself. That was my bad. But PCA getting his 30th home run of the season to match his 30 stolen bases of the season, to match his 30 doubles of the season.
Us together. JD likes to have a baseball with him. Show the people your baseball. And this is hammered right field. Way back. That one is gone. Pico Armstrong. He got him again. On the 4th of July, took him deep twice. And PCA goes yard off Michaelis for the 5th time in his career. Wow.
And 5 home runs, 9 at-bats now for PCA against Miles Michaelis, who's behind the mound screaming into his glove. Meanwhile, PCA will go through the gauntlet of love down there in the Cubs dugout. And welcome to the 30-30 club, Pico Armstrong.
And that was courtesy of the Marquee Network. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. We'll wrap this thing up after the break.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
And welcome back to the final segment of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Jeff's Train World. Just stop trolling, man. Stop trolling. Yeah, I know you don't like the Cubs. You want the Padres. And it's not the Los Angeles Angels, Padres. It's the San Diego Padres. If you're going to troll, get it right. Come on, Jeff. You're better than that. But thank you for tuning in on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. I appreciate it. So let's see. We've got the starters for, well, actually the probable pitchers for game 1 of tomorrow's wild card matchup. We've got Nick Pivetta of the San Diego Padres going up against Matthew Boyd. And Nick Pivetta for the Padres has a record this year of 13-5 with a 2.87 ERA, pitched in 31 games, 181 2/3 innings with a strikeout total of 190 for the season and a .99 WHIP. That's that's pretty good. I am not going to sneeze at that. And the Cubs towing the mound tomorrow is going to be left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd. For this season, he's got a 14-8 record with a 3.21 ERA, made 31 starts, 179.2 which I believe that is pretty much his career high after being injured last year. And then he has 154 strikeouts in those 179.2 innings with a 1.09 whip. So he had one hell of a good season. That is for darn tootin' sure. Let's see, 2024 games, blah, blah, blah. Game starts. 31. Yep. He was hurt last year with the Cleveland Indians, and he only started 8 games with a 39.2 innings. So, yeah, the Cubs definitely increased his workload. And you have to go back to his years in Detroit of 2018 when he had 170 and a third innings pitched last, in 2018. So this is the most that he's ever pitched in a regular season. So it's kind of up in the air to be determined who is going to be pitching for the Cubs on Wednesday and Thursday. I really doubt it's going to be Shota, but then again, I have absolutely no idea what Craig Counsell or Jed Hoyer or any of the Chicago Cubs management upper brass are going to be facing. But I do know that the Cubs will be facing Dylan Cease. That's a familiar name that still haunts me to this day, and really should haunt Chicago White Sox fans as well. But Dylan Cease this year, not as good as previous years past. So that's kind of encouraging for the Chicago Cubs this year, because this year Dylan Cease has a record of 8-12 with a 4.55 earned run average, 4.55 ERA in 32 starts. He pitched 168 innings, allowing 152 hits, 91 runs, 85 earned runs, 21 home runs, and he's got a batting average against him of 239 and a whip of 1.33. And then, a very familiar face over the last few years, and not to mention with the Cubs organization in years past, that would be one Yu Darvish, pitching game 3 if needed for the San Diego Padres. Hopefully it doesn't get that far, but this year Yu Darvish had a 5-5 record with the Padres with a 5.38 ERA. He started 15 games, only pitched 72 innings. So that right there, he's telling me that he was on the injured list for a good portion of this season, and definitely doesn't look like the typical Yu Darvish numbers with that 5.38 ERA. Not to mention his whip of 1.18. Although, yeah, it's a little high, but it kind of is what it is. And yeah, so the Cubs don't have any probable starters going for Wednesday or Thursday. But if you check back here, you will get a game recap of the very first wild card game against the Padres tomorrow here on Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM. I've been your host, Derrick Geyer. So tune in for tomorrow's more Bears talk. Wow. Hell of a time to stutter on that one. More Bears talk. Don't forget to tune in on the morning show, WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. You are currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye now.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help.